question I'm deciding to read to you because one of my clients asked me this question, and I think that a lot of people can benefit from this question, and so I'm going to put the question out there, but I'm not going to say the name. So my client is asking me, how important should sex be to the beginning of a relationship? Should it be a deciding factor? When I was younger, I was a huge advocate for sex on the first date. And I don't say that lightly. I was a huge advocate for sex on the first date because when I was younger and immature, I felt like, you know, let's get the sex out of the way now, because if it's bad, I'm probably gonna want to be rid of you. As I've gotten older, I've come to realize that sex and the transference of energies really messes up relationships before they can even get started. No one is important enough for me to risk my own sanity and self-esteem and well-being in order to have sex with them. There should be boundaries set at the beginning of a getting to know you process, even if you've known the person in a past life, meaning I went to high school with them, or we were friends back in the day. You don't know the person. Let me remind you. Please let me remind you. Let's say I knew somebody in high school, right? And then all this time passed, and then I met up with them again here, right? Okay, all this stuff right here, it matters. Just because you haven't been there for all this stuff here does not mean that all this stuff here doesn't matter. Because the person that you knew here and the person that's here are probably two totally different people. So to think that you're going to get into a relationship with this person here when all this has happened and you're now meeting this person here, not going to happen. I could tell you a story about it, but I choose not to right now because I have to record a lot of videos because my kids are asleep and I have to take advantage of that time. Okay. So for me, like, there's an intimacy about sex that I think people give away too soon to the wrong people. And I've been a victim of that as well. Like, had sex with somebody and then said to myself, why did I have sex with that person when it all went bad? You have to set boundaries. Like, you know, I'm a huge advocate for masturbation when masturbation is necessary. If it prohibits you from having sex with someone that you'll regret later. And I guarantee you, if you haven't taken at least 3 months to allow the person to become themselves, you're doing yourself a huge injustice if you have sex with them. Now, what do I mean when I say allowing the person to become themselves? Well, within a 3-month period, people normally show you who they really are, at which point you should start believing them. If you see a whole bunch of red flags going up, run for your life.
Run for your life!
But, like, I think that some people are trying to hold on to relationships that haven't even begun with sex, and I think that that's horrible manipulation, and you should watch anyone that tries to manipulate you in such a way. I think that people who are insecure and have self-esteem issues just rush and have sex with someone hoping that that'll help bond you in a relationship, but the reality is that anybody that's willing to have sex with you now should also be willing to wait and have sex with you later so they can get to know you, because I don't really want to transfer my energies with someone that's negative. Been there, done that, and if you're not careful, you become just like the person who has the negative energy that you're sleeping with. Also, sex is supposed to be this intimate thing. Like, you have to look at it like this. A lot of people have been with someone before you. I know it's hard for you to believe, but someone that you've been with has been with somebody before you. And we don't know how that person and that relationship has formed the mind of this person you're with now, right? Because I was in a relationship once with somebody, and I thought it was going all good, and then one day the person was just like, I don't like you like that. And we had sex, and he kind of had been like shacking up at my house, kind of. And then one day he was just like, I don't like you like that. Now, had I not had sex with him, I would have been like, I don't like you like that either. But I had sex with him, and I couldn't take that sex back. And then I start thinking to myself, oh, you're an idiot. And then I took the pain of me being an idiot out on this guy. And that's not right. It ain't right. So I think that you should not have sex at the beginning of a relationship. And I think that you should wait to have sex unless you just don't associate sex with love and you don't have any intimate bond or attachment after you have sex. And if you don't have any intimate bond or attachment after you have sex, you're a liar, baby. You're a liar, because I don't know anybody, man or woman, that does not have some sort of intimate attachment to people that they have sex with. You can lie to me, and you can lie to the people around you, but you can't lie to the man upstairs. Speaking of the man upstairs, if you believe in the man upstairs, the Bible says that you should not be having premarital sex. And so therefore, if your partner can't put a ring on it, like, there's nothing wrong with masturbation. That's a whole other subject, but there's nothing wrong with it, because there's nothing wrong with it. I'll just say that.